Hey guys, welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead. I am home early today, unfortunately, because we have some sick kids. Well, one sick kid. Joe was sick yesterday, kind of 2 nights ago, and then today, Sayla got sick. So Cass and I have had to adjust our schedules. So I'm going to take advantage of it and get some pruning done on all these grapevines and get them ready for this season. I did a video on that. We've actually, I think, done 2, but I'll link the most recent one from last year right here for you guys to go check out. It is a complete how-to. So if you've got grapevines, definitely check that out because you've got to prune grapevines in order to get them to really produce well. And so that is a great resource, my personal humble opinion. So I'm gonna start working on these. We have a whole lot of wild blackberries trying to grow in here. So looks like my first task is going to be cutting those out. And then we'll start pruning grapes. All right, so I'm gonna go hang out over here, away from those loud goats. Even though we're talking about goats. So, Majesty. We got rid of Majesty, and wasn't really because we didn't, well, it was because we didn't want her, but it wasn't because of anything like she was doing, she wasn't behaving badly or anything like that, but she just proved to be a very difficult goat to get pregnant. We actually got her from Goat Daddy's farm because he had the same problem, but she would always get out of the pen and want to go with all the goats being milked because she could get grain. Most people that own goats don't want to waste their grain on goats that are not in milk, because if they're not in milk, they don't need grain. And so it was just a pain, and she was a money pit. So he was trying to get us to go with mini Nubians. He wanted to talk us into getting mini Nubians. And he's like, hey, I got the perfect goat for you. There's only one caveat. She's really difficult to get pregnant. So after talking to him and him really pushing us to do it, I said, okay, tell you what, you can get her pregnant, then I will take her. And so he did get her pregnant. So we brought her onto our farm, and that was 2 years ago, I think. It was the first time she had ever kidded, but she had 5 babies. Only 1 died, so we had 4 successful. That's unheard of with goats. And so we were like, heck yeah, we just hit the jackpot. So we sold 3 of them out of that kidding and then kept 1, which is Frost. She's our mini Nubian that we have. Well, the next year we tried to get her pregnant. She did not get pregnant. So the spring of 2023, we attempted to get her pregnant with a cedar, which is CDR. R, maybe? I don't remember. It stands for something. It essentially is like a hormone that you put in them, and it forces them to go into heat. Almost guaranteed way to get them pregnant. So we did that, dropped her off at Jason's farm, left her with the bucks, and you know, visually it was like success. A couple months later, he tested, the test came back positive. So we were like, yes, you know, we got her pregnant. We can do this, you know, it's all gonna work. So then it gets close to her due date and she's not really showing a lot of signs, and she's not bagging up, and she doesn't really look pregnant, but it was really hard to tell with Majesty because, let's be honest, Majesty was a fat goat, okay? And so you never really could tell. Even when she had 5 babies in her, like, you could tell she was pregnant, but we never expected that many. 1, because that's very uncommon, but 2, like, she just didn't look that big. Ended up not having babies. That was supposed to be this past fall. And the only thing that we can figure is that she miscarried at some point, because those pregnancy tests, if they come back positive, like you don't get false positive readings. And so we figured, you know, she miscarried, you know, unfortunate, but we never saw signs of it. But who knows, you know, like we don't, that's the only thing that makes sense. About that time, we were getting another buck for our other goats. So we left her in there, and looks like maybe possibly we had a successful breeding, but it was hard to tell. Well, it ended up that she was not pregnant. Our other goats that are due in like a week and a half are starting to bag up. She was clearly not bagging up, clearly not swollen at all on her right side. If you don't know, lunch is left, baby is right. But we were pretty confident that, you know, there was nothing in there. She was not pregnant. So when we got her, part of the deal was, if we cannot get her pregnant, if this is going to continue to be a problem, then you have to take her back. And so I called Jason up and I was like, hey, Jason, she's not pregnant. You know, we failed with the cedar. We can't afford to keep her. Like, we don't want her. Afford her in space, and, you know, we didn't want to keep feeding her feed. She was a hog. She didn't let any of our other goats eat if she was eating. And so it was just, you know, she was top of the food chain, you know, and it was not what we wanted. We did not want to have a goat that wasn't going to perform for us, or, you know, give us something in return. And so Jason came and got her this week, which I'm so glad, honestly, guys, I'm so glad to be done with her. Just because she was kind of a pain. She was a pushy goat, loved her to death. She was a great personality. Actually, when we got her, she hated people, would not come near you. We trained her, got her tame. She loved coming up to us. She liked to push her way around, but she really was a good goat. She just would not get pregnant. Part of the reason may have been that she miscarried, just had a tendency to miscarry, but I'm more apt to believe that she, for whatever reason, was a goat that just did not want to breed. That's thunder, and we're not really supposed to have rain today. That's really weird. Okay, anyway. She would tuck her tail when the buck would mount her, and if she wouldn't, then she would move away and never let him successfully breed her. So yeah, she's just a pain. Some goats are like that, but that's why we don't have Majesty anymore. And we're just got to make room for new goats, you know, goats that are going to have babies and give us milk and all of that fun stuff. So sometimes you just got to make those decisions on the homestead. In this case, I'm so thankful that Jason took her back. She's going to live out her days in his retirement pen with the other goats that are done having babies and being milked. And so she's going to have a great life, happy life. So excited and so thankful that Jason was willing to take her back. Hey, Daddy? Are you glad Majesty's gone? Or do you miss Majesty?
I miss Majesty.
You miss Majesty? Yeah, so it is a little bit bittersweet. The other goats are already, like, watching them eat, it's like, whoa, you know, it's peaceful around here. But so that part of it is great, but we do kind of miss her. Anyway, so that's what happened. That was the big thing that happened at the beginning part of this week, and one of the big changes on our homestead. So it's for the good. We're all happy. We're good here. So we get to go see her whenever we want, and we don't have to pay to feed her. You know, best of both worlds. So hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching, and be blessed.